Today we're going to be going over some stretches for pubic symphysis pain. Your pubic symphysis is a joint in the front of your pelvis. A lot of pregnant women will have a lot of discomfort in this joint later on in pregnancy as baby's head's putting more pressure there. But what we find is even early in pregnancy, a lot of tension in where the inner thigh muscles come up and insert can actually cause a lot of friction in the joint, causing discomfort. So what we're going to go over today is exercises for stretching your inner thigh muscles. So if you have a stability ball, these are great. You can also use the edge of a chair, but we're just going to easily just stretch through our inner thigh muscles. So you can just sit on something. You're going to take your elbows and you're just going to open your legs wide and stretch through those inner thighs. And so you're just going to feel a nice stretch. They're going to pull all the way up and you'll feel a little bit of tension in through that pubic bone, but use your elbows. You can also do one at a time where you're putting a little pressure on this leg and then coming over here and putting a little pressure over here. You can also use one of these little sticks. A rolling pin works really well too. Or if you have a massage gun on a light setting, you can roll out the tension in through those inner thigh muscles. And that seems to give most of my mamas a lot of relief as they loosen up those inner thighs with either a massage gun or a little rolling stick like this. If we want to work on some of the discomfort, we're going to work on actually squeezing our inner thighs. We find that sometimes we can have some weakness in our inner thighs. Most people have a tennis ball at home. You can use a Pilates ball. You can use your fist if you don't have a ball, but we're going to take the tennis ball and we're going to place it between our knees. And what we're going to do is we're going to squeeze our inner thighs for 5 seconds, and then we're going to release for 5 seconds. So we're squeezing the tennis ball and then we're releasing the tennis ball. And you're gonna have to play with the placement. Some people need it higher up, some people need it a little bit lower in the inner thighs and squeezing a little bit more in the actual inner thighs, closer to the pelvis and away from the knees. So you squeeze and release, and then squeeze and release. And you should feel that up in through your pubic bone as you're squeezing. So you can do that 5 times off and on, do that a few times a day. That will help actually strengthen your inner thigh muscles and alleviate some of the pressure in the pubic bone. Go ahead. So here's some additional stretches you can do on the floor with no equipment. We're using a ball for stability. You can use even a coffee table or the edge of a chair, just something to give you a little bit of support. Same thing, we're going to be stretching the inner thigh. So you're going to have one knee bent, the other leg's going to be out. You can place your foot on the ground this way, or you can turn your foot in. But what we're going to be doing is pushing your butt back and sitting into that inner thigh this way. So you're going to come up and then you're going to push your butt back and we're stretching through the inner thigh. We can also use the ball and we're going to be stretching to the side this way. So you're almost sliding out and back to the center to stretch your inner thigh in 2 different directions. So out and back in.